helped a lot of people stay in their homes who were struggling, with their mortgages.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone right now who's considering refinancing, they're going underwater, like what do you suggest they do?
That's a tough nut. I mean, the number of foreclosures that we are suffering through right now, just in Brooklyn alone, are it's just off the scale. And let me just say this as an aside: once FEMA finishes the remapping of this region, and flood insurance becomes mandatory in communities like Red Hook, Canarsie, Rosedale, Laurelton, all of the coastal communities, especially the coastal communities of color, where folks are now going to be faced with bills of anywhere from $800 to $3,000, $4,000, $10,000 a year extra for flood insurance, which will be mandated.
So
that's going to be the.
lose their home.
Here's the problem. If I knew Canarsie very well. There were a lot of illegal tenancies in Canarsie.
Because of the basement apartments.
Exactly. Right? And after Sandy, there were a lot of fish in those basement apartments swimming around. And the fact is, a lot of people have not been able to put illegal tenants back in those apartments.
Or you can't get them out either. That's not really good to have those tenants because you can't. They can just not pay your rent, and then there's nothing you can do because it's not a legal tenancy. Right.
Well, out in certain parts of Canarsie, they had to leave because there were 4 to 6 feet of water.
So
they had no choice. They had to go. They had to leave. But but realistically, once these changes come in, you're going to have an even greater foreclosure crisis. I was out at the Rockaways. I guess it was last week, Thursday night. Yeah, I was out in the Rockaways Thursday night with Senator James Sanders. And because the flooding situation in the Rockaways is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And so they're going to have a series of meetings about that. They had a lot of city officials out there who were scared to death. Please don't hurt me. I just work for the city. I don't make the decisions. And again, it's just horrendous out there. No matter what they do, you're dealing with the reality of, unfortunately, climate change.
But they're building up. I know a couple of my girlfriends that were victims of Hurricane Sandy, and what's happening is they have to build their houses one floor up. So all those renovations that FEMA paid for and all the insurance companies paid for, they're going to have to redo those things, which is so crazy. And it's mandatory. They have the next 2 to 3 years to get it done.
That's right.
So the construction industry, of course, is going to take a huge leap. But
everybody else is
everybody's
crying
going to take a
lots
hit.
and lots of tears.
That's crying.